Hi guys, it's Angel from AngelSkyeTV. Today's your weekly medicine tarot reading for the week of March 26th. We're moving into a new moon this week. Actually, Monday is the new moon on the 27th. So if you have any projects that you've been waiting to start, now is the time. Any new moon, you can start new projects. And I think I mentioned that before in past videos, but I just wanted to remind you if you have just started tuning into my channel. So, new moon, Monday the 27th, great time to start planning and organizing events or projects or just starting something new. It's always nice to start something new on the full moon. Now, hopefully you survived last week. It was a bit of a roller coaster ride. I noticed for many people, myself included, just a lot of emotions going up in flames for many people. People acting out of sorts, and I'm not sure why actually. I'm just going to check to see, because I had forgotten to check that out. I was just like, what is going on? Everybody seems crazy. Well, actually that makes a lot of sense. So halfway through the week, at the beginning of last week, the moon was in Capricorn. Now Capricorn is a colder planet. I believe it's ruled by Pluto. And that's just off the top of my head, so I apologize if I offend any real astrologers out there. And then midweek, the moon entered into Aquarius. Now Aquarius is a sign that's very rebellious. It's also a sign that is ruled by Uranus, which is a planet of unexpected events. So that makes so much more sense to me why people were acting crazy, just emotionally whacked out of their mind. And my emotions were like a bit of a roller coaster ride too, and I'm usually pretty steady with my emotions just because I do have a Cap moon, and Cap moons or Capricorn moons generally have a good handle on their emotions unless you piss them off. That's a whole other discussion and video. Anyways, so let's get started with our weekly messages. So if you close your eyes at home, put any questions you have into your heart. And I'm going to pull the cards for this week. We're just going to invite our angelic realm and the elementals into the reading, asking for their divine wisdom and guidance to guide our messages this week for the week of March 26th. And I always, always, always shuffle till I'm guided to stop. And beginning of the week, middle of the week, end of the week. So, beginning of the week is actually my favorite card. It's the Sun card. This has come up in other readings. I really, really like this card because to me it signifies victory. It signifies everything's working out according to plan, and that you're going to be downloaded with some amazing ideas. The guides are also talking about, just having more gratitude for what is working in your life. So shifting the focus to that rather than, last week's sort of energy, which was just like all over the board. Now the moon's in Aries. It just moved into Aries. So there's going to be a little bit more of a sort of narrow-minded energy. And I'm not saying Aries are narrow-minded, but that one-way thinking, just keep on going, plow through. And this, in terms of gratitude, would really serve all of us. If we just made a commitment to ourselves to be more grateful. And I do feel like that is the energy that many of us are realizing or working towards. So you're going to get, if you try that on the new moon, like just, okay, I'm going to do a gratitude journal. I know Oprah started this way back when, but a gratitude journal is an amazing, amazing idea. And, if you dedicate to doing it for 40 days, it will become a process that you'll always do because, it just becomes a habit. So 40 days of writing down, 10 to 15 things you're grateful for, and try to make it something different every single day. It brings your attention and your focus to what's working in your life, which obviously makes you feel better. I had this conversation with my 5-year-old who, she was having a complete emotional breakdown. She still has temper tantrums at 5. And I was trying to get her to see, it is a choice to have a temper tantrum. It is a choice to feel like crap. And that might offend some people because I know that there's lots and lots of reasons why we have temper tantrums and they're out of our control. Somebody's an asshole, we have a temper tantrum. Or we feel like crap because somebody treated us like crap. In my opinion, if you live in that way, like whatever happens outside of me influences how I will feel, you'll never ever truly be happy because it's always contingent on what someone else is going to do or not do. So if you make the conscious choice that you're just going to be happy no matter what, it doesn't mean that you have to be bubbling around and like rainbowy and and fake. That's not what I mean. And this is where a lot of people get confused. You see some people in the spiritual community that are just so fake. They're so fake. And, that's their choice to be fake. But I mean, authentic happiness isn't something you can fake. You are already happiness. So it's not something that you have to work at, really. Just be yourself. Be who you really are. That being said, if who you really are is choosing to behave in a way that is in opposition to who you really are, then yeah, you will be miserable. But, and this is contradicting because the guides are saying, fake it till you make it. And I just went on a whole rant about how, not to be fake. But look for the things, the small little things that can bring you back to center, that can bring you back to who you really are, that can bring you back to happiness when you get in that mode. And we all get in this mode. Trust me, last week I was a mess. I was so, I was just so in an illusion and seeing everything that wasn't working in my life. And I consider myself a very blessed person, so that was frustrating me that I couldn't get myself out of that mindset. So what I did do was I meditated a lot more than I normally do. That really helped clear the energy. I saged myself. I did a number of things, and many of them just didn't feel like they were working, but I didn't give up. And I did bring my attention and bring my focus back to being grateful for what is working. Yeah, there's some things in my life that aren't sorted out yet, but that does not mean I should focus on those things. It does not make me feel good when I do. I start to get anxiety, I start to panic, I start to get depressed, and it is totally a choice to do that, to focus on the things that aren't working. Now, focusing on the things that aren't working to make them work, obviously you have to put some attention on things that aren't working. But when you get in the point where it's just, I'm just going to give up, it's not working, my life sucks, blah, 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 that's when you know you've taken it too far and you have to pull yourself out. And that's what this card for this week and with the messages of the guides is saying, everything is working out perfectly. That's actually the very first thing the card says. I'll try to bring it closer. Plans that work out perfectly. So that's a reminder. Beginning of the week, things are working out great. Middle of the week, it's saying there's a renewal happening. And also just some review of the past. So take some time to analyze a little bit of the past without getting too much into again what's not working. They keep bringing that up. And this is so that you can plan for a better future. So, thinking about what's working, what isn't working, so you can plan for a better future. So the words they're using is to be objective. Look at your life objectively rather than from an emotional perspective, rather than being caught up in the emotion of your life. Look at it and analyze it objectively midweek, so that you can get a better understanding of why you're here on this earth, what you're doing, what your purpose is. And also, they're saying to release any judgments you have of other people and yourself. When we get caught up in judgments, which, oh my gosh, if you just stay on Facebook for 5 minutes, you'll just be swept up in that culture. Everybody's judging everybody. It is very, very, it's very coercive to get caught in that, where you're like, oh, well, this person's saying this, and that is wrong, and I am right, and blah, blah, blah. Just drop the judgments of yourself, drop the judgments of other people. It doesn't matter. It's a distraction. It's a distraction from your purpose. It's a distraction from your path. Just drop all the judgments, especially the ones you have of yourself. Those do not help you grow. When you are constantly criticizing and judging who you are, how you present yourself, what you're doing, what you're not doing, it is slowing you down. And it's not helping you grow. Last but not least this week, it's sort of a romantic card, which is, I'm a romantic at heart. And it's talking about falling in love and making some serious commitments. So I'm really happy this came up, because I do get a lot of messages from people, just asking me when they're going to meet their soulmate and blah, blah, blah. So, end of the week, we got some romance brewing up here. And also, they're saying, don't give up on your relationship. So this is to the people that are already in a relationship. Venus is still retrograding, and it is kicking a lot of relationships in the butt. You might be feeling like, geez, why am I in this relationship? And this could, this could be applicable to even friendships. You might be analyzing your friendships, analyzing all your relationships. Like I said a few videos back, Venus is just really doing a toll on people in any kind of relationships, especially people that are in love or people that are committed to one another. So just remember, this card's coming up for a reason, and it's telling you not to give up on those that you love, not to give up on your relationship. There's a renewal happening midweek, and also that also applies to in terms of love. So that's what I have for you this week. It sounds like it's still a little bit of a heavy week, not so crazy as last week in terms of emotions. I'll double check on that just to be safe. And if you're wondering what I'm looking at, this is, I showed this to you once before in another video. It's just an astro planner, and it tells me where the moon is, what planets are where, and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it looks like there's some steadiness happening midweek. Once the moon comes out of Aries, once Wednesday hits, the moon will be in Taurus. Taurus is a great place for the moon to be in. It's a very nice placement. So, and then the moon goes into Gemini by the end of the week. So there's a little bit of networking happening at the end of the week. You might want to just hang out with some different people, especially people that stimulate you in different ways emotionally. So that's what I have for you today. If you like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you back here next week. Take care of yourselves.